There comes a moment when the noise fades. The calls slow down. The people who once praised you don't look up anymore. You start hearing that quiet voice whispering, maybe your best days are behind you. Maybe you've peaked. Maybe this is how it ends. Smaller, safer, quieter. That voice is not truth. It's fatigue speaking through disappointment. You are not finished. You are between chapters. The story hasn't ended. It's waiting for you to pick up the pen again. No one believes in you anymore? Good. Let that silence become your training ground. Doubt can be heavy, but it burns long. Doubt becomes discipline. When no one claps, you finally learn to move for yourself. When the crowd disappears, the real work begins. Because faith born in solitude is stronger than praise handed out by strangers. We live in a world that glorifies beginnings. Everyone loves the start, the new business, the wedding, the before and after story. But nobody teaches you how to handle the middle. The middle is where life punches hard, where expectations collapse under their own weight, where the perfect plan gets torn apart by time. The middle is where most people quietly give up, not because they can't go on, but because they expected the path to stay lit. The truth is, you only find the way forward when you start walking in the dark. Maybe your fall came suddenly. A job lost, a marriage broken, a dream shelved. Or maybe it came quietly, one compromise at a time, one maybe later, one I'll start soon. One day you woke up and realized you had been running in circles for years. You look at your hands and wonder what happened to the fire they once carried. You look at your reflection and see potential replaced by routine. This is the moment most people either disappear or begin again. The fall doesn't mean you failed. It means you tried. It means you lived with enough risk to get bruised. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's the down payment. Nobody escapes it. Every comeback story starts with collapse. That's the truth no one wants to say. We celebrate the resurrection, but skip the burial. But the burial matters because what dies in you makes space for what's next. You have to understand the people around you won't always get it. They still see the version of you that fit their comfort. They remember the old rhythm, the old ambition, the old limitations. They'll smile politely while secretly filing you under used to be. Don't waste time proving them wrong. Prove yourself right. You don't rebuild a reputation, you rebuild a rhythm. You get quiet, you get consistent, and you let time reveal what talk can't. It's easy to romanticize the word comeback, but in reality, it's a lonely grind. No spotlight, no immediate result, just repetition. Every day, you push against the weight of your own doubt. Some mornings you wake up motivated. Others, you drag your body like dead weight through the motions. That's still progress. That's still movement. Momentum doesn't always roar. Sometimes it crawls. But it never truly stops unless you do. At some point, you'll have to face the mirror. And that mirror won't care about your excuses, your followers, your trophies. It will only ask 3 questions. What broke? What still matters? And what will you do next? These questions aren't meant to shame you. They're meant to strip away the lies you've been living under. What broke? Be honest. Not what failed, but what you ignored. What still matters? Not what looks good, but what still sets off a spark inside you. And what will you do next? Not someday. Now, while you still can. Because time is not a wall, it's a window that keeps closing. This is the hardest part of rebuilding, facing the truth without flinching. Because the truth demands change. It demands you stop waiting for closure and start searching for clarity. You can't rebuild what you keep defending. You can't heal what you keep hiding. So speak the truth out loud, where you are, what you've lost, and what you still refuse to give up. Once you say it, you reclaim it. You take back power from the silence. Now comes the rebuild. This isn't the flashy part. This is the part where nobody's watching, where nobody cares, and that's exactly why it matters. Rebuilding isn't about what you post or announce, it's what you repeat. 1 hour of movement, 1 hour of learning, 1 hour of creating. That's it. Move your body, feed your mind, build something tangible every single day. Those hours become bricks. Stack them long enough and a new foundation appears. The comeback isn't built in one breakthrough moment. It's built through quiet math. Consistency times time equals transformation. You don't need intensity, you need endurance. You don't need motivation, you need motion. Motivation fades when the applause stops. Motion builds even when you feel nothing. That's why most people quit. They confuse feeling good with doing good. They wait for inspiration instead of discipline, but inspiration comes from discipline, not the other way around. Start with your body, move. Even when you're tired, especially when you're tired, every push, every sweat, every rep is proof that you can change your own state. When your body starts to move, your mind follows. Energy is a loop. It begins where motion begins. Then rebuild your money. Don't chase flashy opportunities, chase stability. Simplify your spending, pay your debts, learn how to grow something steady. Freedom doesn't come from earning more, it comes from needing less. And finally, rebuild your purpose. The first half of your life was about proving yourself. The second half is about creating meaning. You'll know you're rebuilding right when it feels boring, when the progress is invisible, when nobody says anything. That's the signal you're doing real work. Because the world notices spectacle, not substance. You're not in the spectacle business anymore. You're in the endurance business. Build the kind of life that doesn't need a filter to feel real. Here's the truth most won't tell you. The comeback takes longer than you want, but shorter than you think. There will be days when it feels like you're stuck again, when doubt creeps in like fog. But if you keep showing up, even quietly, that fog clears one morning and you realize you've been moving the whole time. You've become someone new in the process of just not quitting. Nobody will throw you a party for it. They might even forget your name. Let them. You don't rebuild for attention, you rebuild for peace. You rebuild because there's something in you that still refuses to die quietly. You rebuild because you remember what it felt like to believe. Because even if no one believes in you right now, one day they'll see it. Not through words, but through proof. Proof doesn't come from talking, it comes from staying. It comes from the work you keep doing long after everyone else has stopped looking. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about proving people wrong. It's about proving that you can keep your promise to yourself. The promise that you wouldn't quit on the person you were meant to be. Let them underestimate you. Let them say it's too late. Smile and keep building. The best comeback stories are the ones no one saw coming. You've spent years waiting for the perfect moment, the right time, the sign from the universe. Stop waiting. There is no right time. There's only time, and it's moving with or without you. Every minute spent waiting is a minute borrowed from your future. The comeback starts the moment you stop explaining and start executing. It doesn't need validation, it needs velocity. You might still be scared, and that's okay. Fear isn't your enemy, it's the compass pointing toward growth.
If it scares you, it matters. Lean toward it. Speak when your voice shakes. Move when your legs tremble. Every act of courage strengthens your conviction. Courage isn't loud. It's the quiet decision to try again tomorrow. So what happens when no one believes anymore? You believe harder. You hold your own hand through the doubt. You show up on days when no one texts, when no one claps, when no one notices, because you're not rebuilding for them. You're rebuilding for the version of you who still hopes it's not too late. You're rebuilding for the kid inside you who swore they'd do something meaningful before life got complicated.
This is your second act. The world might call it midlife, but that's just a number. You're not halfway done. You're halfway trained. You've got scars that double as armor now. You've got lessons that younger versions of you couldn't survive. You've got time, not infinite, but enough to make something timeless if you start now. They stopped believing so you could learn to believe without applause. They looked away so you could stop performing. They forgot so you could remember. You don't need them to understand. You need you to continue. The comeback doesn't require permission. It requires persistence. So pick one small thing and start again. Go for that run. Finish that chapter. Message that client. Record that video. Take that step. The smallest movement in the right direction will always beat a lifetime of waiting. You don't have to be ready. You just have to be willing. No one believes in you? Perfect. That means you have no expectations to carry, no image to protect, no one to please. You can rebuild quietly, freely, fiercely. When you do, the same people who doubted you will call it luck. Let them. You'll know it was consistency. The midlife comeback isn't about a restart. It's about a recalibration. You've seen enough of the world to know what matters now. Less noise, more meaning. Fewer people, deeper trust. Simpler goals, stronger habits. This time, you're not chasing happiness. You're building peace. And when it gets hard, because it will, remember, pain is proof that you're alive. Struggle is proof that you're growing. Doubt is proof that you're still trying. You don't need it to be easy. You need it to be worth it. Every scar, every stumble, every restart is part of the evidence that you didn't quit. So here's the truth. You haven't run out of time. You've just run out of excuses. This is the moment to reclaim your fight. The comeback won't be loud. It will be steady. It will be yours. And one day, someone else, sitting in the dark, will watch your story and say, "That's the one that made me start again." This is the Purpose Playbook. If this found you, it's because you're not done. You're just getting started again. So rebuild. Louder this time.